Hello everybody, it's Mrs. Abraham coming to you from my home classroom. I have Twister here and Eli is recording me. Twister, say hi. Hello. Alright, Twister, you go lay down. I'm going to put her down. She'll probably come back though. Alright, let's start off with My Dear Jesus. Are you ready? Let's clap, and how about if we clap and slap? Here we go. My dear Jesus, my dear Jesus, bless my day, bless my day. Help me to be like you, help me to be like you in all ways, in all ways. All right. Well, today we're going to talk about spring, because if we were at school today, it would be Spring Fun Day. So today is Spring Fun Day, and I don't know about you, but I was outside this morning. It was really nice out, and I saw all kinds of signs of spring. So let's talk about what are some of the things we see in the springtime. Well, first of all, I have a short sleeve shirt on today, and it's a Brewers shirt, because usually in the springtime we start to see baseball, and the Brewers play baseball. And maybe you might play on a baseball team sometimes. Also, we can wear short sleeve shirts because the weather is usually warmer. Not all the time. Sometimes we still have to wear a sweatshirt or a jacket. But a lot of times the weather gets warmer, so that's something we see in the spring, is warmer weather, or we feel in the spring. We also have, it gets darker a lot later, so we have more daylight hours. So it might still be sunshiny out when you go to bed some nights, because the sun goes down a lot later in the springtime. Let's talk about other things that we see in spring. Our grass is growing. Is your grass growing? We're seeing green grass outside. We even had to mow our lawn recently. You might see flowers growing. You might see daffodils and tulips and crocus. And today, for the first time this spring, I saw some dandelions growing in the people's yards, even in my yard. So those are all things we see in spring. Also, if we look at trees, we don't usually see a lot of leaves on trees. Eli's making a funny face at me. We don't usually see lots of leaves on trees yet, but we see buds, little tiny buds growing on trees. All right, so I want to show you something that talks about something else we sometimes feel in the spring. This is a really fun little book called Up, Up, and Away. Take a look. This is a Clifford book, by the way. I love Clifford. Take a look at this. What do you think that is? It's an octopus kite. I wish I had an octopus kite. That looks like a lot of fun, and it has lots of strings. Up, up, and away, because in the springtime, a lot of days are really windy. So, this book says, what makes kites go up, up, and away? Let's take a look. This little boy is flying a very colorful rainbow kite. Not an octopus kite, though. And his puppy is chasing. Kites need wind in order to fly. Flying a kite is sometimes kind of tricky, but I bet you've maybe done this before with your family. If not, ask them if they can take you outside on a windy day and you can fly a kite. So we need windy days to fly a kite. That's what makes the kites go up, up, up. And lots of times in the spring we get windy days. You also need a really long string, and you have to hold tight onto it. One time when Eli was little, he forgot to hold onto the string and the kite flew far, far away and we couldn't catch it. So you want to always hang on to your kite. And if your kite isn't very heavy, the wind can carry it. If your kite is super, super heavy, the wind has a hard time carrying it. You also need a big open place, like if your backyard is real wide open. If you have lots of trees, you're not going to want to go and try to fly a kite where there's lots of trees around. These trees are way far over on the side. So that's one thing we like to do in the springtime, is fly a kite. That can be a lot of fun. All right, I have a book I want to read you called The Earth Book, because in the springtime we remember how much it's like our earth wakes up again. In the wintertime it's kind of like it's asleep, because the grass goes to sleep and the trees go to sleep. But in the springtime it's like everything comes back alive again. So we love our earth. This is called The Earth Book by Todd Parr. I take care of the earth because I know I can do little things every day to make a big difference. I use both sides of my paper. That's a good idea sometimes. And I bring my own bags to the store because I love the trees. And I want the owls to have a place to live. Look at those, that family of owls. I turn off the faucet while I brush my teeth and use less water for my baths because I love the fish and I want the oceans to stay nice and blue. I take the school bus and ride my bike because I love the stars and I want the air to be clear so I can see them sparkle. I try to eat every bite on my plate and I save my leftovers because I love watching things grow and I want there to be enough food for everyone. I remember to turn off the lights and shut the refrigerator to save energy because I love the polar bears and I want the snowmen to stay cool. I throw garbage in the trash can and I recycle glass, aluminum, paper, and plastic because I love to walk barefoot in the grass and I don't want to move to Mars. I mean, actually, that might be kind of fun. But I'd like to stay here on Earth, right? Most of all, I help take care of the Earth because look at all those beautiful animals. I want us all to be happy and healthy. Every one of us can help protect the Earth and make it feel good. Remember, if we take care of it, it will take care of us. Love, Todd. That's the author. He's the person who wrote the book and drew the pictures. His name is Todd. So that book helps us to remember that we can all take care of the Earth. And if you have garbage outside, pick it up. If you when you're brushing your teeth, don't leave the water running too long. You can turn the water off in between when you're scrubbing. Those are all good little things we can do to take care of the Earth. Okay, so we were talking about springtime, right? Now I'm looking outside right now and it looks like it's doing something. It's starting to do something that it does in the spring, and it did it yesterday too. It's starting to rain. So even though sometimes in the spring we can go outside with short sleeves on or a light jacket, sometimes we have to wear our rain jacket. Let me get my rain jacket on. And we have to have an umbrella, my big umbrella, because it rains a lot in the springtime. Why do you think it rains a lot in the springtime? Yeah, so things can grow. The grass and the new flowers and the trees that are going to grow their leaves pretty soon, they all need water to grow. Remember, to grow things need good soil and water and sunshine. So we had some sunshine this morning, and I think it's going to rain. So take a look at this boy. He's wondering, it's springtime, and he's wondering what he should wear. What do you see him wearing? Well, I see him wearing a swimming suit. I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to wear a swimming suit yet. But look what else he's wearing. He's wearing a scarf. And look at his hands. He's wearing his gloves. But look what he's wearing on his head. A snorkel. Oh my goodness, a snorkel and goggles. Now that's a pretty funny outfit. He's wearing a swimming suit which is for summer and spring, or mostly summer, and he's wearing winter things like a scarf and gloves. You know why that is? Because in the springtime, sometimes it's really warm out, and sometimes it can be really cold out, and sometimes it can rain. So the sky where he is also looks like rain, dark clouds, and some rain coming down. So let's see, we'll talk about what we should wear. We're going to dress for spring weather. You guys can help me answer this. So there's pictures of kids, and then they're asking what they should wear in that kind of weather. Take a look at this kid first. What kind of weather is that? Looks like rainy weather. What would you wear in rainy weather? Now, should we wear a raincoat, ice skates, or rain boots? What do you think? Tell your mommy and daddy. I think so too. We should probably wear a raincoat and rain boots. I'm wearing flip-flops right now because I was outside in the nice weather, but I wouldn't wear them out in the rain. Let's take a look at this picture. Look at these kids. They're wearing shorts and It looks like they're blowing bubbles out. What would you wear in hot, sunny weather? Should you wear a winter coat? Should you wear a baseball hat or a t-shirt? Tell your mommy and daddy what you think. Well, I think you should definitely probably wear a t-shirt. And maybe you want to wear a baseball hat to keep the sun off your eyes. That's always a good idea in the hot, sunny weather. All right, let's take a look at this little girl. She reminds me of the boy that was flying the kite in the other book. What would you wear in cool, windy weather? You could you wear flip-flops? I don't know. How about a sweater? How about snow boots? I don't think you need snow boots if it's cool, windy weather. You might want a sweater though. And you might not want flip-flops unless your feet get really hot. Let's look at the last one, because we can have snow in the springtime. We've had it lots of times. I don't know if we're going to have it anymore this year. But we could. You never know in Wisconsin. What would you wear in snowy weather? Should you wear a tank top? Should you wear mittens? Should you wear a snowsuit? Tell your mommy and daddy. I think you're right. Mittens and a snowsuit are a good idea, but not a tank top when it's snowy weather, unless you're inside at a hot place. All right. Let's see what else I have for us today. So if we were at school today, we are going to paint. I hope you've had a chance to do some painting. I sent a while ago when I sent you those spring flowers bags. I had some things in there that you could paint, some watercolor flowers. I don't have any here. I didn't leave any here at home. But I hope you've had a chance to do some painting, and you can paint some beautiful flowers. You can make your flower puzzle picture where you learn the roots go on the bottom, and the stem, the tall stem, and the leaves that stick out. I'm going to take off my hot raincoat. And then, of course, on the top is the flower, right? So you could do that. And you also have a muffin paper flower that makes a very beautiful daffodil. And you have a coffee filter flower that you could make where you color it with markers, and then you have your mommy or daddy help you spray it. And then when it dries, it's really beautiful. And you also have a paper plate flower. So those are all really fun flower activities you could do for Spring Fun Day or for any time this week. And I'd love to see pictures if you do those things and you want to take pictures. There's another thing I put in your packet that you might still have. It's called Guess Who's Hiding. Can you zoom in on that? Guess Who's Hiding. This is a really fun way to look at different animals. In the springtime, God helps lots of animals to have babies. That's a good time in most of the world for animals to have babies because it's getting warmer and there's more food outside. So animals that don't live in a house need to have warmer weather, and they need to have lots of food if they're going to have babies. They also need things that grow because the babies can't usually move around very good. And so sometimes the mommies need to hide the babies so that some of the animals that might want to eat them can't find them. So if you take a look at your Guess Who's Hiding page, you can find animals with their babies. I see a mommy and some bunny rabbits. I'm not going to tell you where all of them are, but I know I see a deer and some fish and some frogs and turtles. And I see snake and raccoons and some birds. So when you have time, you can get your color crayon or pencil out. And remember to hold your pencil the right way. Let me grab a pencil. There we go. Don't hold your pencil like a baby. Hold your pencil like a big kid. Where you put your finger and your thumb on the pencil and hold it there, and then you can write. So I want you to be practicing really good writing so that you're ready for 4K next year. All right. You know what else I want you to do today or sometime this week? Maybe not today anymore because it is going to rain. If you go out today, you'll probably need an umbrella and a raincoat and some rain boots. And you might even find some worms outside if you do go out shortly after it gets done raining. But if you do go outside in the next couple of days, I want you to look for signs of spring. I want you to look for flowers blooming and grass growing. Today I saw some lawnmowers. Some people were mowing their lawn. Look at the trees and look for buds that are starting to grow into leaves. And if you pass any farms, there's a farm close to me. You can see I've seen some cows that have had babies. And those babies are called calves. So look for things that are signs of spring and tell your mommies and daddies about them. And if you see something really cool that you want to take a picture of, you could send me a picture of you on your walk collecting things or looking at things. If you see some things that are in your yard and you want to, and your mommy and daddy say it's okay to pick a flower in your yard, that's always fun too, to bring spring flowers in the house. All right, let's stand up and sing I'm a Seed. And next time we come together, we're going to do some science things with growing. We're going to do some of those things, so that'll be fun too. Let's sing I'm a Seed. Are you ready? Remember, to grow, a plant needs 4 things in order to grow. A seed, a tiny little seed. A plant needs soil, good dirt. A plant needs to have rain. And a plant needs to have sunshine. Not lights, but lights help too. So when a plant grows, it has roots that go under the ground. It has a tall stem. It has leaves that help give it its food. And a lot of times it will grow a flower or a fruit. All right, so let's get into our seed. Let's become a seed. Twisha's going to do it too. You ready? I'm a seed that's in the ground. I need sunshine and water. First a stem, some leaves, and then pop, I'm a flower. Let's sing it one more time. Are you ready? I'm a seed that's in the ground. I need sunshine and water. First a stem, some leaves, and then pop, I'm a flower. That reminds me of the Girl song. All right. And one more thing I want to tell you before we go is even if you can't get outside, you can play lots of games inside with your family. There's a lot of fun games you can play to keep your body active, and you can sing songs that we learned at school. But one fun game that we would play in the gym sometimes is we all get into if you have brothers and sisters or your mommy and daddy, you can get into a circle kind of, and get on the floor and push your legs apart and get a ball and try to roll the ball back and forth and try not to have it go past your legs. Okay, so you try to, and then you can do it faster, and you can try to bounce it by your family, or you can try to roll it a little bit faster and see if you can still catch it in your arms and your legs. That's a fun game to play called Roll the Ball. All right, I have one more book about spring for us to read before we go today, and then we'll sing the End in Our Day song. This book is called And Then It's Spring, and it talks a lot about what this boy sees things in the spring. Sometimes it gets warm, sometimes it gets cold, and he's trying to grow something. And then it's spring. See, this is early spring. He's wearing a scarf and a hat because it's still pretty cold. First you have brown. All around you have brown. Brown, brown, brown. Then there are seeds. Tiny little seeds. Looks like he's growing flower seeds. And a wish for rain. He's getting some sunshine. And then it rains. Kind of like today. And it's still brown, but it's a hopeful, possible sort of brown. A lot of animals are coming out. Bunny rabbits come out, and birds too. I forgot to say that in the springtime. And is that a little green? No, it's just a brown, sort of brown. Then it is a week. A week goes by. You have to wait. You have to wait in the springtime a lot. And you worry about those little seeds that you planted. And maybe it was the birds who ate them. Looks like he's having snow. Or maybe it was the bears and all that stomping, because bears can't read signs that say things like, please do not stomp here. There are seeds and they are trying to grow. Nope, bears can't read, can they? Then it is one more week. What color do you see? Yeah, I mostly see brown. And the brown, still brown, has a greenish hum that you can only hear if you put your ear to the ground and close your eyes. There's a lot of creatures under the ground. Chipmunks. Let's see, that's a mouse tunnel. and some ants and lots of worms that go way down under and go zigzag all around. And then it is one more week. We have to wait a lot in the springtime for things to grow. And a sunny day. That sunny day that happens right after the rainy day. See, they have puddles. And you walk outside to check on all the brown. But the brown isn't around. And now you have green all around. You have green. Look at all that green. And they look pretty happy. The end. And look at all the grass that they're growing by their house. So you might be able to get outside this week and run around with your toes in the green grass on a warm sunny day. Or you might be able to get outside on a rainy day and see what that's like too. Well, we're going to end our day now. I hope you have a great afternoon and a great week. And I'll see you soon. And we're going to start learning about farm animals real soon. But here we go. Ready? Now it's time to end our day. End our day. End our day. Now it's time to end our day. Jesus bless our day. Bye, everybody. I'll see you next time.